Hey everyone, welcome to another mail day. This is going to be the last mail day of the year 2020. I guess in a way it's a good thing. We're going to be moving on to 2021, and I think the first part is going to suck still, but I think 2021 overall is going to be better for everyone, hopefully. But you know what, today let's just stick to foils. As you know, every Wednesday there's another foiled episode. I do foiled mail day or foiled deck, or I put up foiled centric products from Wizards that are magic related, so like a collector's booster or whatever. But today we're doing a regular old mail day, so let's get started with the first foil we'll be looking at today. And that is Cleansing Wildfire. I'm having a lot of fun with this card right now, brewing some decks. And the foiling on this is actually very, very nice. Let's take a look from far before I zoom in. And now let's take a bit of a closer look. Very nice foiling. And a pretty cool card, I have to admit. I like the fact that it's only 2 mana. And the fact that our opponent can replace the land that we're destroying. Not that big of a deal in Modern. If we're destroying a non-basic, we are cutting our opponent off of a color, at least early on. At least that's the goal. So I'm actually pretty happy that this card was printed in Zendikar Rising. Very, very cool. There is the playset. Next up, a card that basically got shadowed by this one. I think I just dropped one on the floor. Yes, I did. This is very professional. But you know me, I don't do a lot of cuts, so I'm just going to leave that in here. So, Geomancer's Gambit. After looking at Cleansing Wildfire, I wonder if Geomancer's Gambit is actually really worth playing. Let's just take a look at the art first and the foiling. Again, this is from Modern Horizons. Also a sorcery, but 1 extra mana. That art is pretty cool, though. I have to give him that much. That art is very, very nice. So, destroy target land. Its control may search your library for a basic land card put on the battlefield and shuffle their library. So, essentially the same thing, and you draw a card. Why would you pick Gambit, Geomancer's Gambit, over Cleansing Wildfire? And actually, if I look at Cleansing Wildfire for a second here, they've had to put it on battlefield tapped. So what am I missing? Destroy target land, its controller, blah, blah, blah. So Cleansing Wildfire, much, much, much better, in my opinion. You know, if you're going for this kind of an effect, I think Cleansing Wildfire is better. Alright, let's move on to Concealed Courtyard. So, moving into black and white a little bit here. As you know, I am a teamer player at heart, but for the sake of this channel and, you know, just everyone's curiosity, I do have ideas in other colors as well, in other color combinations. So I have been slowly but surely working on my foil collection for other colors. So Concealed Courtyard is another, I call them check lands. I know each type of these lands has their different specific naming. I just call them check lands because they're checking for something. And if that check passes, then they come into battlefield untapped. If that check fails, they come into battlefield tapped. Simple as that. So yeah, that's just me slowly moving into black and white. Although I have a lot more fun playing teamer colors. I just do. Specifically teamer, you know, all 3 colors together, red, blue, green. But even in their sub sections of the color pie. Infernal Reckoning, that's pretty cool art. I like that. The eyes and the mouth light up, if you see right there. It's pretty cool art. And it's a pretty cool card. For one black. Exile target colorless creature. You gain life equal to its power. So if you're playing black, and I mean black has so much good creature removal, but if you are dealing with a lot of Eldrazi, for example, this is actually a great card to play because you're going to exile that card, you're going to exile that creature, and you're going to gain life. And Eldrazi are usually pretty big, so that's Pretty cool sideboard tech. Collective Brutality. As I've been deck teching my different black decks and white decks and whatever color combinations I'm doing them in, I've played around with Collective Brutality either in the sideboard or in the main. Just take a look at the art there. Nothing special about this foiling. Everything is more or less foiled. No selective foiling, really. Which is funny, because Collective Brutality was pretty successful as a card in other formats. But yeah, I mean, the abilities, or the modes, I should say, they're pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot here. And Escalate is pretty powerful, especially late game. If you're flooding out on lands, you don't need any. I don't know. I've always felt like there's something else I can play that does what I want to do. That Collective Brutality doesn't necessarily do as well. But I don't know. It's something I'm still trying to work into my decks. All right, so Archmage's Charm. The last two. These essentially took a year to get. I ordered Archmage's Charm, the foil play set, like from various vendors at the beginning of the year, before even the pandemic and everything. And I got two, and the last two both got lost in the mail. Of everything up to that point, these were the only two cards that got lost in the mail. And they were from different vendors on top of it, different platform, everything. And it was just kind of funny that of all the cards that I ordered this year, at least up to the point of Archmage's Charm, these were the two that just got lost in the mail. I never got them. You know, we're like 8 months in now, 9 months in from when I ordered them. Or 10 months in, whatever it is. This is actually a very nice foiling. And I never got those cards. So those cards were truly lost in the mail. And you know, one of them was bought on TCG Player. I mean, they were legitimate sellers. This art is very, very cool. Very, very nice. I love that. Very nice selective foiling. Reminds me of Force of Negation. I'm assuming that was on purpose. So they came from the same set. So yeah, it was just a long journey to get to my binder, but now they are going to get there. Next up is a card that I only discovered this year, even though this was out in Cons Block. Reality Shift. It's only really relevant if you're playing Teamer or, you know, non-red, so blue-green, essentially. If you don't have access to black and white, that's basically it, since black and white have such efficient creature removal. So let's just take a look at the art. Reality Shift. It's very, very nice. I mean, just in general, it's a nice blend. Not that the artwork is insane. Exile target creature, its controller manifests the top card of his or her library. So most of the time, if I'm reality shifting, I don't really care if they're going to manifest a card and put it face down as a 2/2 creature. Like if I'm reality shifting an Eldrazi, I don't really care that I'm giving them a 2/2 creature in return. So it just seems like a nice payoff. And it's exile, you're not destroying, so you get around any kind of destruction spells as well. Indestructibility. And yeah, I think I just really like Reality Shift, playing it in the side. Now, I mean, I've played other cards kind of like this, like Pongify, that gives my opponent like a 3/3 ape token or whatever, and that's 1 mana. But this one, just the fact that it exiles, it doesn't send it to the graveyard, also has a nice bonus effect. So up next, and last for this mail day, Frantic Inventory. There was a gold rush on this card for some reason at some point. Not that it's not why I bought it, but at some point it was actually really hard to find foils of this common from Core 2021. But I got them. Very, very cool. Just your standard foiling. Nothing crazy, but nice nonetheless. I don't know what's going on in the background there. I'm sure something not on the level. Yeah, speaking of lost cards in the mail, the biggest loss in the mail that I experienced this year was not even the Archmage's Charms. It was an entire package of Zendikar Rising foils. So I lost a bunch, like a full playsets of the full art dual lands there, the pathway lands, and I lost a full foil playsets of those full arts and a whole bunch of others from Zendikar Rising. Obviously, it was insured, so I mean the seller refunded me and they dealt with Canada Post. But still, just think, and again, that package never arrived. So just think of all that money just gone. Those cards are just gone forever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this mail day. As usual, we go through foils and I give you my opinion on them. Let me know what you think about the foils that we went over today. This is the last mail day of the year, given that it's now Wednesday and New Year's Eve is tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned to this Friday. I'm having a Friday night booster box opening for January 1st, kicking off the year. And let's see if we get a good omen with that box opening. I hope so. And remember, every rare and mythic I open on this channel, I give away in giveaways. Definitely going to have a giveaway in January, stay tuned for that. Of course, if you want to be eligible, you have to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Twitter. Those two are basically the only requirements. You could live anywhere on the world. That's okay with me. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe, hit notification bell, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you prefer. All that stuff helps me fight the YouTube and Facebook and Twitter algorithms, of course, that favor larger channels over smaller ones. If you want to become a patron, check out the link in the description of this video. Big thank you to all my patrons for supporting me this year, giving me so many suggestions, bouncing ideas off of me, bouncing ideas off of you, and just, continuing your support into 2021. Check out the tiers on Patreon. I think they're pretty cool. Me having a large part of my channel being giveaways, I, of course, have to have that theme for my patrons as well, but it's a bit more exclusive. So check that out if you want to take part and essentially be guaranteed to win in a giveaway every year. More of that on my Patreon link. Check out check it on the description. Thanks, and Happy New Year. Have a good one.